I'd like to take a few minutes and talk about shadow work, what I do with shadow work and my relationship with my horse and myself. I came across a situation with Enchantress that I'd been riding her in boots and it was time to get shoes because I couldn't keep the boots on. And she stood perfectly still for this one shoe, her right front shoe to be applied. And then she set her foot down and she kind of licked and chewed and went, nah, not for me. So when we tried to get the other front shoe on, it was just battle. And I don't like to fight with my horses. Unless it's life or death, I'm not going to really push because I figure there's a reason. So I had the farrier take the shoe off and I told Chant, okay, I will do my best to find another solution. But if I can't, we have to revisit the shoes. And I was really upset about this. I was really upset with the fact that my horse was being naughty for the farrier because we have to be nice to farriers and vets. And I got really upset about it within myself. And I thought, okay, there must be some kind of shadow here. What is it within myself first? And then I'll look at Chant. What is it within myself that I am so afraid of? Because I was really afraid, what if I can't fix this? I can't ride her the way we want to ride in boots. I can't keep them on. She has a big stride. She's a strong horse and she just roars out of the boots. And so I took a deep look and I did some writing, some Socratic writing. And the answers that came back as to why I was so afraid, what was in my shadow about that, I don't want to make her because unless it's really life or death, I'm not going to go there. I want to educate and to negotiate and to come up with a solution is my goal, not to be dominant and be right all the time for the sake of being right or because it's how it's got to be done. But what I was afraid of is what if I couldn't fix it? And it went back to my whole youth and, being a child and being powerless and you had no control. And so you couldn't fix anything. And I realized that was way back in my past that I was bringing forward. What I was afraid of in the end is what if I can't fix this? What if I don't know how to get her to allow shoes? Then how am I going to ride? Because she likes to roar down the trail and she's got to have hoof protection. She has very flat soles, flat feet and thin soles. So I thought, okay, that's what's in my shadow is what if I can't fix it? And I'm afraid of that. And so I thought, well, what is in her shadow? And I just started doing some writing, some channel writing about it. And I just started observing her. And what I believe that is in her shadow side of this is that if she acquiesces, if she takes things and accepts things that are being asked of her or put upon her, and she doesn't like it, she's afraid if she acquiesces that she will lose completely and she will lose her opinion and her own ideas forever. So that's just kind of an example of how I do shadow work when I'm talking about working with horses and humans on shadow work, if you get to the root of the fear. And so what I did to heal that, and I was really afraid because I didn't know what I was going to do. I'm not a farrier, not even remotely. And so I started researching and I found these shoes that are composite shoes and they're glue-on with these finger tabs. And I thought, well, I don't know what else to do because she won't do the pounding. I don't understand. I used to pound her boots on, and after the shoeing with the one shoe on, now I can't even pound her boots on. It's just a fight. So, okay, there again, I'm afraid. What if I can't fix this? My shadow is I have no control when I was young. So now what if I can't fix it as an adult? I brought that forward with me. So I thought, okay, maybe there is a way to fix it. We don't have to carry forward. And so I did all this research on these shoes, and it was quite the learning curve. I bought these composite shoes, and they have finger tabs, and you have to heat weld them on. I don't know how to heat weld. No, but I learned to heat weld. And it was amazing because it took a few times. Some of my welds broke on the first set that I did, and then you glue them on the hoof wall. And since then, I have to say I've never lost a shoe on the trail, ever. And it worked out beautifully in a way. I learned something that I never thought I could do. And so for Chant, she understood the effort that I put out towards learning how to do that. It was a lot of work for me. Now I've got it down and it's no big deal. But it was a big deal in the beginning. But I can feel within our relationship how that things soften when I do meet her and I decide that we can co-create something together. So this took our co-intelligence. I'm not really sure what the big deal was with shoes, but she didn't want them, and so I said I will do my best. So as part of shadow work, if we can learn to find out what really is causing us to be afraid and reactive, evasive, aggressive, whatever it is that we're doing, desperate, and all those behaviors exhibit differently between horse and human, depending on who we are. But if we can approach that from the point of let's go way back and find out what it is that you're really afraid of. And then you can change it and transform it in the current moment. It really heals and repairs not only your relationship with your horse, but it heals and repairs a lot of your own relationship with your past, because anything in the shadow is something that's happened in the past that has caused us to be ashamed, afraid, worried, or upset about in any way. So I thought I would put out that little example of some shadow work with horse and human. Thanks for joining me. It's Delea with TrueNorthEquestrians.com if you'd like more information.